Right, so for today's video, we have one of the more, wild and confusing stories that I think we've spoken about in quite some time on this channel. And it's all coming from this TikTok account right here called Hammer Family, which is obviously, a family account. They've got about 5,000 followers. And they recently uploaded a video that caused a lot of confusion, a lot of mixed opinions, and it's this one right here with 3.8 million views. It was literally just uploaded a couple of days ago, and the caption on screen says, "I just had dog shit thrown in my face." So yeah, a bit of a pre-warning. This situation is a bit disgusting. We're literally going to be talking about dog shit throughout, so giving you a warning before we get too much into it. You don't actually see it though, right? I'm not going to be posting a video where you can actually see this happening. You can't see it in any of these videos. Either way, just thought I'd give you a bit of a pre-warning. Yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? So the video starts off and we see a clip of the husband of the Hammer family recording a dog walker is currently walking two dogs. I believe as her job. I don't believe it's her dogs. She's working as a dog walker. We hear the woman who's walking the dog saying that she threw shit at the man's wife, and then it actually cuts back and forth between the clips and the wife talking. She confirms it and says she was also holding her baby at the time.
You expect me to throw shit in her face, did she? She's so mad right now.
She threw this poop straight at my face. It hit me like this, right in the mouth. This massive golden retriever dog poop hit me in the face, fell down into the baby's face.
Yeah, so straight away, I guess you're probably wondering, why has this happened, right? If you hear a situation like this, the first thing that comes to mind is, how? Why? What has happened here? And that bit is a bit confusing. We do hear, one side of the story. I guess we hear part of the second side of the story as well, because we see this clip of the dog walker, and she's talking throughout the video, kind of saying what happened from her point of view. But for the most part, explaining the story, we hear the side from the Hammer family, of course. And their side of the story is that this all happened because the dog walker didn't pick up the dog poo that was right outside the Hammer family's home.
I'm glad that I hope it got in your fucking mouth.
I can't believe our confronting someone about having not picked up their poop right at our front door turned into a woman slinging poop at me and my baby. I was just totally shook and afraid, and I had to clean the poop up, scrub me and the baby, clean up poop. The poop went in my mouth. I'll give her that. She had a perfect day.
And then we hear that the cops did come. They said it would be a misdemeanor, so if she wanted to go through, the legal system, she could. And I guess the Hammer family decided that they weren't going to try and, press charges. But then we hear her say, she's, kind of second-guessing that now, and she doesn't think that this dog walker should be able to walk for people's dogs.
So the cops came. They said to us, basically, this is just a misdemeanor, and we could go through the hassle of the court system if we wanted to, press charges. And to be honest, at the time, it was witching hour, you call it. The baby was hungry. The kids were hungry. I said, hey, I don't want to press charges. I just want to be done and over with this. But I've been thinking about it more, and I don't think this dog walker should be allowed to walk other people's dogs if she can't even do the basic job requirement of picking up the dog's poop.
And then we see some more footage of, the argument between, the husband and the dog walker. We hear the dog walker saying something about, you shouldn't have came after the dog. So that's, the part of the story that a lot of people in the comments say, what does she mean by that? Because we do hear a little bit of an explanation from the Hammer family a little bit later on. Like I said, there's not too much context here.
I hope it got in your fucking mouth. Hey, you come after everybody else and chase them with shit in your hands?
You took shit on my lawn.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I saw you.
And I threw it at you. I picked it up from the ground with my bare hands and threw it at your wife.
You don't think I can confront everyone that takes a shit on my lawn and that doesn't take it?
She didn't expect me to throw shit in her face, did she? She's so mad right now. I hope it's in her mouth. I hope she remembers it the rest of her life. I hope you both do. And I hope you both fucking cry. Because this is crazy. And how dare she come after a dog?
Now we will get to the Hammer family's full kind of explanation of what she means by this in just a second, because again, it's two sides of the story, right? But from the Hammer family side of the story, what she means by how dare she come after the dog is because after seeing the dog poo outside the door, she picked it up in a bag, I guess, and put it on the dog's back for some reason. And then because of that, it's escalated into a situation where somehow there's dog poo getting thrown in someone's face, which is obviously fucking crazy. Now looking at the comments on this video, it does seem like the majority of the comments are saying that it feels like there is more to this story. There's comments like this one saying, there's more to this story, I want the other side. There's a reason the cop didn't do anything because that would have been assault. I want to hear the dog walker side, because you never put your side. And then in quotation, she said, you come for me and mine. and seems like you threw it first, and she said to your husband, how dare she come at my dog? Hold on, from your husband's demeanor and what she's saying, what did you do? I know you didn't just calmly confront her and she just snapped, tell the whole story. And I guess it's comments like that which is why the second video was paused, which we'll get to in just a second, but reading some more comments, there's still definitely a lot of people who were on the Hammer family side here. Like this one here with 40,000 likes saying she admitted to doing it on video, press charges. You should have pressed charges, that's fecal matter and your baby could have gotten very sick. And another one here with 18,000 likes that says the police lied, they didn't want the hassle, it should have been reviewed by a prosecutor. Now the second video that was uploaded about this is basically showing like the uncut footage of the confrontation between like the husband and the dog walker, but it's in the caption that we get a big paragraph of the Hammer family side of things here. So many people are asking for the full story on this. Here it is. As we were arriving back home, my husband noticed a fresh poop at our front door. I opened the Ring app and saw a person with 2 golden retrievers. She was a few houses down and walking back in our direction. As she entered our property, my husband asked her if she was going to pick up her dog's poop. She said no and told him to call the cops if he was so upset by it. He ran inside and got a bag to pick it up for her. She started to run away, but one of her dogs broke out of the leash and ran to me and my kids our front door. She came back to get the dog and I took the poop from my husband to hand to her. When she refused it, I placed the bag on the back of the dog and backed away. She opened the bag and threw it at me and my baby. I was in utter shock. My husband took the poop of us and I called 911. At this point, I rushed my kids and myself away from this crazy woman and my husband started recording. The video shows my husband with her until the cops arrived. I really can't believe how terrible this was. I turned to the internet for guidance and after further thought and research, I do believe that she should be held accountable for her actions towards me and my children. Okay, so from that last sentence, I don't know if that means that she is going to be pressing charges now. That's kind of how I'm taking it. Now, obviously, that is one side of the story. I would love to hear the other side of the story. We are going to have a look through this video in just a second, but obviously, it's like a confrontation. It's not like a this is what happened type of thing. And I think it goes without saying, if this side of the story is true, it should have never resulted in what happened. I mean, you should never be throwing dog poo in someone's face anyways, obviously, right? Especially if they're holding a kid. Now, before we even get into watching the video, there is a lot of people in the comments that are mainly kind of like responding to the caption itself, and a lot of people are saying like, let's see the Ring footage, because obviously in the caption she's saying like, oh, we noticed that it was like a dog walker with 2 golden retrievers on the Ring camera. So I'm assuming that the beginning of this confrontation did happen in view of the Ring camera, right? Which would add a lot of context to the situation. At this time, as I'm recording this video, we don't have that. Hopefully that will be posted, because that would add a lot of more context to the situation. But like I said, there's a lot of comments like this one saying, where's the Ring footage? Let's see the Ring footage. I bet it tells another story. I want to see the Ring cam. It's not the full video. What happened before you started recording? That type of stuff. But let's take a look at this video. Like I said, it's the same footage we saw earlier, except it's not like as cut down. The husband is recording. We kind of see like the beginning of when it was first recorded. It becomes clear that they're waiting for the police, right? The Hammer family rang the police at this point. He's recording the dog walker. The dog walker tries walking away, and the husband's like following her, recording her.
I'm staying with you. I'm staying with you.
You're welcome to. I'm glad that. I hope we got.
So she does actually look like she is putting the leash back on the dog, right? So that whole story of like the dog got off the leash and came back to the house, so that's why she even came back to the house in the first place. That could definitely make sense, because it does seem like that is happening in the video.
How dare you?
Yeah, literally.
Come on, guys.
No, leave it. Get here.
No, you can follow me.
I can.
Go ahead and follow me.
That's assault in like the gnarliest degree.
Follow me.
Yeah, so he has the bag in his hand, so I think, like, there's some things that we can pretty confidently say did happen here because they've been, like, admitted from both sides, right? Like, from everything we're seeing here, the dog walker definitely did throw the dog poo in the wife's face. They've both said it. From the looks of it, it looks like he has the bag in his hand, so he's, like, trying to give it back, but this is obviously after the situation has happened. As we can see here, they cross the road, they end up stopping and, like, arguing while they're waiting for the cops.
Shit, dude, that's weird.
You haven't even left my property by the time that you came back.
That's so weird, bro.
I'll let the cops decide it.
Let them. I hope they got time for this too, bro. That's crazy. That is insane to me. Still back carrying a bag of shit, man.
I'm staying the whole time with this.
That's just evidence.
If you start walking, I'm walking with you.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. There's poor babies in and out this area too.
That's your choice. That's not
my
mine.
choice. That this random white dude is following me with shit in his hands and recording me. Yeah, no, that's not my choice, buddy.
It's not my choice either.
That's crazy.
And then the video carries on, the arguing back and forth, and the police do show up.
I think that you don't realize the gravity of the situation that you're in right now.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. You touch me or mine, that's it.
I'm not planning on touching you in any way, shape, or form.
Your wife did, bitch. That's why this happened.
She gave the poop back to your dog because that's who it came
You're
from.
so full of shit, and I don't care.
So yeah, she said something like, this is what happens if you touch me or the dog. He said that he wouldn't do that. She's saying like, say that to your wife then, that's the reason this happened. He's then replied saying all she was doing was handing the dog poo back to you, and she said you're full of shit. So clearly, there's a massive disagreement as to what's happened here. That's why I do agree with posting the ring footage, because that would add a lot of context to the situation. I mean, the situation's obviously been posted on their social media, right? So the videos and everything is already out there. Like, why wouldn't you post the full thing? Like, I think, like, that would answer a lot of questions to a lot of people. And it might be getting posted, right? This is a very recent situation, so it might get posted by the time maybe I've uploaded this video or after, who knows.
Full of shit, quite literally. Always.
So then where's the shit on your dog? Where's the shit on your dog if she rubs shit on your dog?
Okay, so I guess, like, her side is that the wife was, like, rubbing shit on the dog, and he's saying, like, where is it? Obviously, from the caption, it seems like what they're saying is that it was, like, in the bag, and they just put it on the dog's back, which, I mean, I don't really understand the logic in that at all, to be honest, but I guess that's what they're saying, and then there's, like, a different side of the story. I don't know. This whole situation is incredibly confusing.
The old man who stalked me. That's so funny. The old man who stalked me. That's hilarious.
Where's the shit on the dog then?
Okay, so we see the police show up there. There was a caption on screen that says, like, she's looking for something to rub on the dog to make it look like it, I guess. I don't know if that is what she was doing. It just looked like she was looking down, but who knows, right? There's obviously a lot of unanswered questions here. All I do know is that you should never be in a situation where you're fucking throwing dog poo at somebody. Especially, of course, it gets a lot worse if what we're hearing is true here and she was literally holding her kid. So yeah, a wild situation to say the least, right? I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below of what you think's happened here with the information we have at this point. I guess there might be like an update to this video if we do actually get some more footage, or maybe we hear the other side of the story. Who knows what's going to happen at this point? Like I said, this is a pretty recent situation. But yeah, from the stuff that we do have so far, let me know your opinions in the comment section down below on what you think has happened here. I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Also, Emily and I have another channel that is always linked in the description. So if you're interested in some different styles of content, like reacting to like reality shows and other TikTok stuff and like gaming videos and that type of vibe, just videos of the two of us having a laugh, that will be linked in the description as well if you want to go and check that out. If not, all good. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.